Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and we have some leaks of some New Balance sneakers, right? So shout out to the wear testers for these leaks, and it's actually on some European websites right now. It's not out yet, I don't think, in Europe, but it says like it's gonna release, right? So we have some leaks of the Kawhi 3, and also we have some leaks of a brand new shoe, so we have, of course, the Kawhi line, and then we have the two-way line, right? That's basically it from New Balance. And New Balance, I mean, they make some pretty nice shoes, but as far as quality goes, I feel like it could be a little bit better for, the materials and stuff like that. But they've been making some really good performance. I mean, two-way, the two-way V3 is an amazing shoe, right? And also the two-way V2 was a top tier performer for me last year. The Kawhi 2 was you know what I mean? It wasn't very, very nice, especially like $160 for this material, And of course the Kawhi 1, I didn't really like all too much either, because it's just, for me personally, it's just the material super stiff, the entire shoe, like the sole super stiff, and also, if you guys remember like the Achilles problem that I had with it, right? So anyways, we have the Fresh Foam BB, right? And some people were speculating that it was Zach LaVine's signature shoe, which it's not. It's kind of like, you know how like Blake Griffin used to wear the Superfly, like from Jordan brand. It wasn't his shoe, but he kind of endorsed the shoe, you know what I mean? So, and there's also some players that do the same thing as well. Like, for example, in the Speed 9 Premium, this is like Fred VanVleet's kind of like colorway and shoe, but it's not his actual shoe. It's just like the shoe that he wears. So in that same way, this is kind of like Zach LaVine, of course, is probably going to be wearing this, because, I mean, he used to wear the V3s, right? The two-way V3s, but I guess he's endorsing this shoe now, right? And it retails for $130. And as far as the tech goes, we got full-length Fresh Foam X, right? So I've never tried Fresh Foam X. I've tried Fresh Foam though, like right here, right? With this running shoe. The Fresh Foam is actually super nice, very, very soft, and actually has a little bit of rebound back, but mostly soft and really good for impact protection, right? Hopefully New Balance doesn't do us dirty like Under Armour does, right? So for example, in their like running shoes, like the shoes that have flow for Under Armour, it's actually quite soft. I tried it for the first time like a week or two ago at the Under Armour outlet, right? And the flow is actually soft. There was actually good compression, and also micro G and charged in the running shoes is really, really soft. But then, like, Under Armour's basketball shoes, when they use charged or micro G is a little bit better, but like comparing to the running shoes, it's still really stiff in their ball shoes, right? And also flow in their Curries and the Flow Future X is really, really stiff comparing to the running shoes. So hopefully, like, this is really, really soft. There's a lot of compression to this. So I hope the Fresh Foam BB is still super soft, but look at all this caging, guys. Look at all of that caging. So the outsole comes to cage the cushion a good amount on the lateral side, and also here in the heel, like the back of the shoe. On the medial side, it's actually not as caged, especially in the heel, which I guess is a good thing. If there's compression here, it doesn't really matter as much. If there's a lot of compression here and the foam's super soft, it can be a little unstable, you know what I mean? The lateral stability wouldn't be as good. So that makes sense as far as the design goes. So that's the cushion, and also for the material, they're using an engineered fit weave woven upper featuring synthetic overlay. So honestly, I don't know, like the quality doesn't seem that great. I mean, it just looks like a regular textile material, right? I mean, it's $130. It's like mid-tier pricing. It's a little bit more expensive than budget, but as far as the aesthetics go, I kind of like it. It looks very nice, especially the colorway. And also we have a translucent outsole for this colorway. I do have it coming in, so first impressions will be coming soon. And then it says, lightweight unblown EVA lateral cage and synthetic skin overlays for added stability, and unique hexagonal spiral outsole pattern, right? So that's the Fresh Foam BB, right? And then of course we have the brand new Kawhi 3. So again, shout out to wear testers for these leaks. But this is the Alpha Predator colorway, and we also have the tech specs, right? So it says, designed in collaboration with two-time NBA champion and NBA's final MVP Kawhi Leonard, who hasn't played in like 5 years. Sorry, he's taking a lot of rest days, I guess, right? But yeah, it combines the best of New Balance's performance technologies and is based on 3 characteristics. Dynamism? Dynamism? What is that? Dynamism? I don't know, comfort and lightness. Okay, so it says there's a molded textile upper that provides lateral support. So the textile upper, like looking from the top, it looks interesting. The quality looks terrible. And yeah, like for example, like the Kawhi 2, this was Fit Weave Light. It's just like the quality for $160 is not good. You know what I mean? I mean, it's thin, it conforms to your foot, and it's supportive. So like for playing ball, it's not bad, but the quality for $160 wasn't great. So the Kawhi 3 also doesn't look that great, honestly. You know what I mean? And also, like, kind of looking at it from the side, like this angle, 45-degree angle, it kind of looks like a Li-Ning kind of logo, right, on the toe box, which is kind of interesting. And also it looks to have like a good amount of like synthetic overlays, you know what I mean? So it's just the quality doesn't seem that good. And then for the tongue actually seems to have a good amount of padding, you know, like here on top of the tongue. And then in the ankle area, it seems to have like an average amount of padding as well. And then as far as the cushioning setup goes, we have Absorb. So a shock absorbing foam. It absorbs and dissipates the energy generated by the contact of the foot with the ground. So the foam is fuel cell. It says fuel cell right here on the lateral side in the forefoot. And then on the medial side, it doesn't say, interesting. But it does look to be using full-length fuel cell with Absorb DRS, right? Pretty much the same exact cushioning setup found in the V2 and the V3. And also look at how uncaged the midsole is. I really like that. Same thing here in the V3. And of course, if you guys remember, the fuel cell here in the Kawhi 2 was very caged, which I didn't. Look at how much they left. That's like 5 millimeters of foam. And there's really not a whole lot of compression from that, right? So I do like what they did there. So I feel like the cushion is gonna be good, right? And it says Leonard. Like if you, from the top view, we can see the insole. It says New Balance, like the New Balance logo, and then it says Leonard. And then also we have an Energy Arc technology. So our latest technology combines a carbon plate with strategically shaped voids in the midsole, designed to maximize stored energy to provide a greater amount of energy output. So it's basically just like a midfoot chain plate, but it looks like it's not just a midfoot. It comes from the heel and extends pretty far into the forefoot. It's not like full length, but it's more like 3/4 of the length, right? And the outsole looks very interesting as well. The black triangle parts in the forefoot, that looks kind of weird, you know what I mean? It looks like it kind of protrudes out, but it probably doesn't. And also in the forefoot, we can see a New Balance logo. And we got some red speckles in this translucent outsole, which I don't really like all too much. But yeah, it's called the Energy Arc, and I believe they did it in the Omnis as well. Look, yeah, it's basically the same thing as the Omnis. Look, it's translucent, and yeah. But you guys remember the Omnis? The Omnis was such a nice shoe, and then we got the Kawhi 1, which I didn't like, and then the Kawhi 2. And so the Kawhi 3 hopefully performs well. As far as the aesthetics go, I don't know. I feel like it looks kind of cheap, you know, especially for $160. Like it was going for 160 euros on the European sites. So yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think of the aesthetics? I feel like, you know, the aesthetics look kind of boring to me, and it also looks a little cheap. Maybe it's the colorway. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait for better colorways. I remember this one, the money colorway, the Kawhi. This is sick, right? So maybe I'll wait for better colorways to give my full kind of like opinion on the actual aesthetics, and also wait for in-hand and on-foot pictures. But tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. And also we have a new tech specs of the LeBron NXXT Gen, right? So it's basically like the LeBron 20, but like a different version of it. And LeBron's been wearing it, and also his son Bronny's been wearing it as well. So basically, it's pretty similar in like tech, but it doesn't seem to be using like a super soft foam, I guess, because it doesn't say anything about the foam, right? So the LeBron 20, it had full-length cushion, which was super soft. But this shoe, it says heel TPU support clip, right? And then injected TPU midfoot shank. It's just a midfoot shank plate. It's just a little rectangular piece. And then we have air zoom, right? So it looks to be pretty much the exact same setup as the LeBron 20, with a very large volume zoom unit in the heel and a zoom turbo unit in the forefoot, and then a multi-directional outsole traction array. So maybe this shoe is a little bit more like responsive comparing it to the LeBron 20, because the cushion was very soft in LeBron 20, right? But as far as the tech goes, it looks very similar. And we've already seen shots of the shoe. It looks great as well. And also we got some cleaner looks of the JT1. Jason Tatum said it's not the JT one, but I feel like it's probably what the JT one is gonna look like, or very, very close, right? And these are some really, really good shots. I'm kind of liking it. You know, it's growing me a lot. And that zoom in, like looking on the bottom of the shoe, it looks absolutely insane. I'm very, very curious to see what the tech is. And also, it looks like foam. Like this off-white part looks like it's foam, which is interesting. And then in the 4th, we got the rubber pods, right? Which is translucent. So I'm very, very excited to try those out as well. And last but not least, we got the reverse Grinches, the Kobe 6 reverse Grinches coming out holidays of 2023. It's rumored, right? Kobe 6 Pro. I'm super excited about that. And also the Kobe 8 Pro is coming out this year too. So I'm very excited about that as well. So anyways, that about wraps it up for this video. Tell us what you guys think of the Kawhi 3 and also the Jason Tatum shoe. But anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.